Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations on the Wii Advance 64D. So, just a little mini update, just to point out why I sound weird and stuff. That's because, not only in the last year did my computer decide to die, so I got a new one, and that's what I'm running this on as opposed to my laptop, because it just couldn't handle it that well. I'm also, within the past month, my headset that I used to record broke. It lasted a good long time, but in the end, its built-in mute button malfunctioned, and now it's permanently muted. So, that just means you can't hear my microphone play back. Now, right now I got a new mic. This is the first time I'm using it to record. It's a blue snowball mic, so it should be top of the line, or no, not really. It should sound nice, I believe. I'm not sure just yet, but I figured I should try it. Anyway, alright, so let's just get this started. We are Phoenix Wright. I am Luigi Van 64D, and we're trying to defend a case. Honestly, I have no idea what happened because I haven't touched this game in a month, so let's see what happened. They take reviewing stuff. Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor.
Maggie!
Detective Gumshoe!
Are you doing alright? How are you feeling?
As if you need to ask either question, sir.
Oh, don't let him get you down, Maggie. Don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger!
And you!
Yes, me?
You better square this away, case away, pal. Got it? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll do some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest.
I think he's serious this time. Hey, detective! You're on our side for once, right?
Yep.
Huh, so you'll be able to help out Maggie, right? Really? Can you, sir?
Of course! I got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mess with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright?
Sure.
Okay, well, we're forming a united front today, pal. You get me?
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh? Yeah, I can only wish. When has it ever gone smoothly? Of course he's here.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Better. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
What? What's wrong? What did I do? Nothing. It's just, whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You was talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating.
No, that wasn't me. That was my phony Phoenix.
I see. So I trust you, Phoenix. Wright is back now, with us now, is he?
Our trustee?
So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please.
Mr. Wright, whether you're a fake or the real deal, you will find out soon enough through this trial today. But I already told you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That is what I intend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another.
As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during the retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial.
I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me. Not that I know what he did anyway.
Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness.
Oh, it's you-know-who. Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation.
Witness! State your name and occupation for the court! Huh? Sorry, sir. The name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumshoe. Other way around, detective. Sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Since yesterday? Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation tied up with another case now. Hell, Gumshoe's really got everything under control. For everyone's sake. I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline the court the basic facts? For the court, the basic facts of the case. Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elg. It's a palindrome. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Inc., a local company. Do you know how unreliable of a name that is for a computer programming company? Pretty bad. Anyway, this is the victim's autopsy report. The court accepts this into evidence. Oh, cool. And here's the floor plans of the restaurant. I'll go into that soon. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. And the poisoned coffee was brought to him by the waitress. The waitress being the accused. Yeah. The victim died from poisoning immediately after taking one sip of the coffee. After the time of the incident, there were two other people in the restaurant. Mr. John Armstrong, the owner and chef, and the regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo. Still seems a very straightforward case to me. Oh, don't gun us out yet. Come, detective, take up this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own two hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony. Yes, sir. About the incident. Sir, when the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elk, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. Stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have had some kind of motive. Huh. Using the dark aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but... Yes? Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood?
I already told you that wasn't me! What the heck did my phony do?
When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir.
Can I stop you for just a minute?
What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence?
He's so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table.
Yeah, that's what she said. And I... What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey! Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. The two testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder? A little harder. Can't hurt. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps the view of the victim's table was obscured in some way.
Ha! That argument is as weak as the coffee at Trivia and Wright. I have here in my possession a ticket.
A ticket?
Looks more like a photo to me.
Oh yeah, I never looked at this stuff. Let's see what we got. We know about all this new stuff. All the old stuff. Potassium cyanide poisoning, between 1:30 and 2:30. And we have the floor plans. He died at this table, with the victim here and an empty chair here. Or other way around. Okay, it's not a very big restaurant.
Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. Oh. This is the photograph taken from near the entrance of the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef, moments after poisoning took place, correct? Judge, I think the court will agree with this clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Wright, could anyone have overlooked the second person at the table? It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elk, was listening to the radio at the time.
He was listening to his radio, you say?
Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket.
Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not?
What else do we do?
And what was that? What was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe?
Uh-huh. How should I know?
Thanks a lot!
We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere.
This isn't going very well, is it?
Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used? Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup.
So traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else?
Not sure how I can get you, pal.
Was the poison a liquid, or was it in powder?
If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance.
So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper.
Do you put salt and pepper on your coffee, Wright? The victim took his coffee black, with no sugar. It seems the poison could only have been in the coffee.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Ooh, I can try to throw this off a bit. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee?
Huh? What do you mean?
According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there the victim ever drank any of it?
Oh, hey, you're right. That's what I was thinking. In case you were wondering, the last objection was for the detective there. For me? Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence. That piece, sir? Yes, that piece. What piece was it again? This!
Should I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns?
Oh, now I remember. This is the, victim's coffee cup. Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim. Oh, yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in the cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him. For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victim's and the defendant's.
Come on.
Upon further investigation of the cup, we found a certain chemical substance.
Are you kidding me? What? Okay.
And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch.
It's not easy to get either. Potassium cyanide. I've heard that chemical before. Exactly how strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, that stuff's lethal. Ate too much? Your history.
How much is too much?
A lethal dose is 0.2 grams. That's bad enough to finish anyone off.
0.2 grams? How much is that?
You know when you swab your ears with earwax? Yeah, about that much.
Earwax, huh? Sounds like something Gumshoe's got abundance of.
Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have had some kind of motive.
What? Some kind of a motive?
Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown out way out of proportion. You know what my golden rule is, detective. Chug out a bad cup of coffee, you can always get another. But I don't get it. I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. So stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe. She was... They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it. This is what we heard yesterday, too. It disappeared from the scene of the crime. And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Oh.
Mr. Armstrong knew about that ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Then is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Sorry, press on this point a little harder, or I gotta? Wait a minute! The mere fact that a lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client.
Ha! I have here in my hand the very ticket in question.
That's $500,000 lottery ticket?
One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant.
What?
Order the court. She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress. You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately. I better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering makes me a little suspicious. This ticket was presented to the court in a previous trial, too. It was? Okay. But it feels heavier now, somehow. $500,000, you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. I bet he wants to say it was found in Maggie's person. That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant has ample opportunity to commit the crime for which she was charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime. I like an old man who knows the score. There's also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, I might be tempted to bend the rules. I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money.
Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already.
I'd say it's about time to wrap this up this repeat performance. With one final decisive piece of evidence.
He's got more evidence against Maggie?
This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time.
Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. The stain looks like... Oh, it can't be blood, is it? Wait, what?
Ha! It seems the star of our play is a little flustered. And then somehow spilled coffee on herself.
The coffee? What? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye.
Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there is something else that stands out even more. Something else? I presume you mean... Of course, I'm referring to the pocket.
The pocket?
The search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket.
A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket?
Yeah, and Maggie's prints are the only ones on it.
What?
Order! 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 The court will accept these items into evidence.
That's the only thing strange?
Ah, that's important. There's something still bothering me. Mr. Godot, why have you not explained the bloodstain in this court? Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
But don't play games, prosecutor! The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over across the apron!
That's ridiculous! No one told me anything about the bloodstain!
You don't need to be told, just look at it!
Well, detective? Could this stain really be blood? No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir.
Ketchup?
She must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone out their breakfast that day. That could have been spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe. Pull a stunt like that again and all of you drink 17 cups of ketchup with this. I thought everyone knew what it was already. I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last verdict I ruled in this case. Uh-oh. The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence. They have all been clearly established. Well, Wright, it seems you really are a phony after all. You really know how to drive a man nuts. Witness, please continue with your testimony.
Before I continue on, I just want to go over these. Okay. Small pockets, but coffee stains and ketchup? Okay. And this is the potassium cyanide. No smell, no anything. Interesting.
Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there.
Yes, sir.
About the investigation, sir. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. and the kind of scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There's nothing else missing from the crime scene.
Oh.
Huh. You identified the victim and secured a prime suspect. Pretty good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Wright. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one.
So, let the fun begin.
Oh, you're not gonna find this fun. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by some kind of a scary old man, sir.
Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe.
There was an old man who's a regular at the restaurant and the incident happened.
Ah, we're obviously talking about the same old man.
The officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made the fuss. What took you so long? Was when he hurled abuse at them. And seeds. Huh, seeds. Ah, it was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth.
I guess not even the mighty Godot can avoid being attacked by that guy.
The old man was the only other customer at the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone, apparently, so he was late reporting the crime. Poor Maggie had passed out at the shock. It must have been real tough for her.
How long was the defendant unconscious for?
The officers got to the crime scene around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time. It took another 10 minutes for her before she came to. I would have liked to have been on the scene myself.
I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search, too.
I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that.
All pretty and peaceful. You're the professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional bird watcher.
Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know is that the investigation... Oops. I guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I? The victim didn't have any identification on him.
That's a problem. He didn't have any? Are you saying that it was stolen then?
No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet.
58 cents?
Yeah, can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. Victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of outlaw. Might give him a bit on the edge.
I think I'm onto something here.
Huh. But we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly.
Wait a second.
Huh? Did you just say something dumb again?
Let me paraphrase what you just testified to the court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. Was basically what you said, yes?
Yep, basically.
In that case, how are you able to identify the victim so quickly?
Oh, that.
He's so let down. He's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy dog eye thing again.
There was a prescription bag on the victim's table, along with a lottery ticket. It seems Mr. Glenelg visited his doctor before he went to the Très-Bien. We got the victim's name for the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds.
It's a reliable enough source for the court. What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? About that bag. So what sort of medicine is in the bag?
Well, actually, the bag we found was empty.
Huh?
Yeah, completely empty.
It was completely empty? Why was it empty?
Ha! You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate, aren't you, Wright? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, Detective? Before the bag was searched, we found a lottery ticket in the bottle poison.
Before that, something I also wish to know is not just about the bag itself and what was in the bag. Skipping along rather nicely, I would also like to know a little bit about his... Oh, I can't know about his insurance. It's not important. I want to know about his insurance. Know where he was. So for after the trial. But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket?
Hey! Yeah! You nailed it, pal! It happens to me all the time! We were at a department party the other day. When I got home, I was wearing my boss's shoes.
Keep up this crazy testimony, Detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat.
Sorry.
So, Wright, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pockets. That's a pretty bold statement.
Care to back it up with some evidence?
Well, I'd love to if I had any.
It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness. And with that it was, and that was it. There was nothing else missing from the scene of the crime.
Huh? Really? So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for? Yeah. Interesting. It's true that those two items were accounted for, but wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day?
Oh, yeah. The one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole $1 with it. What a lucky guy, huh?
And they're just going to let him get away with that? It's a mild theft.
It was just $1, Detective.
I guess no one cares when it's that little. Unless it's Gumshoe. If I don't find a hole in this testimony, the judge is going to hand me down a verdict. Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with. We can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something. Yeah, that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe were like Dumb and Dumber. And all the hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious. Come on, Gumshoe. Be the dumbest you've ever been. Actually, he has been pretty dumb. Because when he said that everything else, nothing was missing from the crime scene, he was a little inaccurate. Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony.
Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will ya?
You testified that... Okay, how is he able to be this happy? You testified that nothing else was missing in the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Does the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later?
No, they didn't.
The victim was given a prescription right before going to Très-Bien. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to?
You are too cool, pal! I did. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why did you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that was the most careless thing I've done so far, huh?
The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Yes.
Order! Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that? Huh. That's all.
What?
Read for the court of the name of the clinic and the prescription bag, if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything?
The New Ear Otolaryngological Clinic. Otolaryngological?
What the? Just what kind of illness is the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot? Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. A war wound? The day before the incident, Mr. Elk found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum.
He ruptured his eardrum? Then what on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was a cream that would be used to apply topically inside the ear canal, not to be ingested.
What?
It mentioned in the autopsy report, if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Yes, here it is, in very, very fine print. It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Très Bien. Therefore, he would be absurd to believe that he had eaten his medication. It seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all.
No! Nick, if you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over. She's right. But I can't get away without any weak objection. What should I do? But that doesn't make sense. Where to go? Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication while he was at the Très Bien. If that's the case, then why is medication not found at the scene of the crime?
The medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal.
Yeah, that doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However, insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
Objection. You know as well as I do that medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely the prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide.
It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable.
That's enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot? I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder.
Victor Godot? The pigeon hater?
Very well. The matter of this disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial. And that is something that bothers me.
Yay! Good job, Nick!
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my next 7 cups. My last 6 cups. How did we get that wrong? Court is adjourned for the recess.
Okay. Phew! That was close.
Tell me about it. I nearly died in there.
That's my line, sir! No, it's my line! I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. Can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How can he betray us like that?
Uh-huh.
He said he'd help me. He totally set me up.
I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right?
It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. It really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me right hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't want to see him again. Poor Gumshoe. So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right?
Yeah, Mr. Couteau.
Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? Yeah, he's a big old grouch. I'm gonna be able to handle him, Nick.
Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me. Even with those never-ending bird seeds. And with that, we'll be ending this episode off. I'm Luigi Fan 64D. See you next time, and let's play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. See ya!